I am very happy to have my next guest join us, a very talented artist whose album is out right now called Juno, the one and only Remi Wolf.
Hello.
In person.
Yes, in person
We
this time.
finally get to do this after a number of years.
Yeah, like 3 years of being online, pretty much, yeah.
You were on your, I think, grandparents' compound or family compound up in Petaluma or something like
that. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
It's like,
crazy. It's so long ago, yeah.
Right? And gosh, look at where you are now.
I know. Where are we? The Warfield.
You're at the Warfield in San Francisco.
Yeah, very cool.
What a trip is this?
It is.
Is this someplace that you kind of had on your checklist growing up here?
The Warfield, I definitely knew it existed. I've actually only been to one show here before, right at the Warfield. I feel like the one that I was always like, I really want to play, which I still haven't headlined, is the Fillmore. But the Warfield, it's so beautiful. It's like a beautiful theater. It's a lovely green room situation, which is always appreciated when you're on tour.
Yeah. So, no, there's nothing like the Fillmore. I mean, I've seen so many shows, probably like many people that grew up here. And the number of bands that played there. And
it's a lot of people from here. My mind kind of goes blank when you ask these
questions.
Well,
there's a lot of, I guess, historic performances that have taken place here.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
San Francisco had a wild time in the 60s and the 70s. They were really going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now Outside Lands is kind of the equivalent to that stuff. And I love playing Outside Lands. I hope they have me back soon. Next year, hopefully, because I played it last year in October when it was on Halloween weekend, and it was like one of the best weekends of my life, and it was like so fun. I got to see all my friends from high school, and it's just a very good time. That's another thing about coming home, is that I always get to see all these people that I haven't seen in like years and years and years, which is such a trip.
What was kind of your goal when you were releasing this album in the first place? I'm sure your expectations were probably a little bit more pragmatic.
I don't know if I really had a goal other than make an album that I really liked. And I mean, you have like classic stuff like critical acclaim, like you want to get reviewed by like, I don't know, high profile blogs and journalists and stuff like that. I think everything has kind of just been one big shock and it's so, I've pretty much have been touring ever since I released the album, which was a year ago. So I've been touring for a year now. And it's hard to really even comprehend like what's happened in the past year, because I've just been on the road and kind of all around the world, which is very exciting. I think I've played like 100 shows this year, so I'm pretty ready to rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Not bad for a girl from the peninsula.
No,
that did a lot of gigs at the Reich Center in Menlo Park.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did do that.
With the Wirtz brothers that I know personally, and your friend Chloe that you had a little duo with at some time.
Yeah. Anything
that really stuck out during that time, during your upbringing, that really has stayed with you?
I mean, the funk has definitely stayed with me. I think even more than the top 40 stuff did. The pop sensibilities are kind of always there, just because did grow up listening to like pop songs and like Lindsay Lohan, stuff like that. But stuff like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Cake, Stevie Wonder stuff, and like Beatles. Because we were doing all those covers at the Reich Center, as you said. We covered a lot of songs there, so I think a lot of that music kind of sunk into my bones, and it's just kind of part of me, whether I'm thinking about it or not. Like, it's all kind of in there, and all that, like, syncopation, like, funk and syncopation is kind of where I feel like my heart lives musically. And that's all from, like, those very formative years from like 15 to 18 is I think where the funk juice was drank.
I think what's resonated most about your music is because it did come out during a period of the world where we're basically all confined.
Yeah.
and we heard a lot of sad music, depressing music, and
Yeah.
your music, sonically at least, picked people up,
Yeah.
whether or not lyrically it did,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what people told me. They told me that they would listen to my music so that they can like be in their kitchen and dance. And I was like, great. Have you listened to the lyrics?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the cool juxtaposition about my stuff, and I think I like that in a lot of other music too. Like Cake, for example. Again, we keep referencing Cake, but like their songs sound. I mean, first of all, I love that they're so riff based. Like that band loves melodies,
Yeah.
which I'm like such a melody girl too, and like all of their guitar and bass parts are all melody driven, which is amazing, and they're all super upbeat. I don't think they have a single song in minor except for maybe like perhaps, which is, but they still make it fun. But then all the lyrics are like they're all breakup songs, and it's the guy's sad.
Yeah.
He's not doing well.
Right, right.
But yeah, you want to put it on in the car because you're like you just want to get moving to it. I also really like dead on sad too. Like Alex G, for example, who, I mean, he's just like very weird, and he's not from San Francisco at all. So he's from Philly, but I love that stuff too, like Radiohead and just more out there. Like I'm not here listening to like
The Cure.
no, yeah. Well, I am. I like The Cure, but
There's a time and a place.
yeah, exactly. And I'm glad people found their time and place with mine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you are happy, what do you listen to?
Anything. When I'm happy, I don't know. I've been pretty happy recently. I've been listening to Cake.
Okay.
What am I listening to? I mean, I can literally look at what I'm listening to.
Let's see what's on your Spotify playlist.
Yeah, Mac DeMarco,
Oh,
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Still Woozy.
oh, he's from the Bay.
He is from the Bay, yeah. Sorry, now I'm getting distracted by the music that's going on out there. I think this is my playlist. See, we can just refer to this playlist. I've been listening to Rufus Wainwright. The new Steve Lacy album. That's
nice.
fire.
Yeah.
Really good one. What else? I've been listening to Cornelius, who's this Japanese artist who's really cool. I went through, John Mayer. Actually, a lot of John Mayer, the live album, the Live from LA album. I've been listening to a lot of that. I've been listening to a lot of live albums recently, and I think it's because I released that Electric Lady live EP, and ever since releasing that, I've kind of just been more interested in like the live recording to album process. And just like, because I love live music so much and I love playing it so much, and it makes me very happy, and I just kind of I'm kind of studying how people have done that in the past so that I can pave my own way and do that now.
I love listening to live albums. I know we can
Yeah.
watch the video on YouTube, but there's an extra layer of the imagination.
I know, it's very cool, and you can also just hear, I just love hearing how bands interpret their own music live, because just knowing what I do live is like a lot of my songs sound very different from the record. A lot of them sound similar too, but I like throwing in little like curveballs so that I'm not just giving you the record in, I don't know, live.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be a one-for-one comparison.
No, exactly.
Right.
I
You
want
wanna
it
be
to be
able to
like a
veer
full
off
experience, and be able to experiment and have fun.
The album has been out for some time.
Yes, yeah.
And of course, we want to know what's cooking. Are there
Yeah,
things cooking?
there are things cooking. I can't really tell you much about it because nothing's finished. I mean, I've literally been, whenever I'm home, I'm like working on music or resting. And have not been home a lot, but I've been working whenever I go home, I'm working on stuff, and I've probably written like 40 songs this year or something.
Wow.
So I'm in the process of making things. We'll see where it all goes.
Okay.
post-tour, there's lots to be figured out. I actually just want to go take some ceramic classes. That's kind of my goal.
Really?
For after tour. Yeah, I need to like unwind. I've been out here for a while.
Yeah, and ceramics speaks to you.
Yes.
It's calling you.
It is calling me. Yeah.
Interesting.
Pottery.
Yeah. Well, it's very calming.
It is.
I've taken 2 pottery classes, so
Yeah, you liked it?
I can attest to that.
Stomach is going, man.
Oh, it's that wellness placebo you just took before.
Yeah, it is.
Well, thanks for doing this. I
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Great to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, you too.